Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Leddy. I am the Zero Waste Coordinator for the wonderful organization Zero Waste Concordia, and we are here to learn how to make snow globes. Now, if you're attending this, you probably saw the image of a few of them that I made, and I'll show you one in advance. It's terrible, but I'll give you an idea of what it looks like. So these are a couple friends of mine, and I have not finished them yet, but they sent me a family picture, and I decided, well, why not share something wonderful? And by wonderful, I mean terrible with them. And it comes off looking like something from Wallace and Gromit. But anyways, there they are. And she's going to have long red hair. That's their dog. That's Mark. Yeah, that's, yeah. There's Rumi, Santina, Rosie, the whole family, my friends out in Vancouver. So yeah, she's gonna have long red hair. You can kind of get a bit of a close up there. It looks terrifying and doesn't really look like anybody or anything, but you know, that's kind of just the way it goes with snow globes. You're gonna do the best you can. So a few introductions first. You may get some guests, one of these three who may jump and join us for the call. This is Malmo, this is Broge, and this is Pengu. And yeah, any one of them might come along. So the first thing, just this. The first thing that I want to say, when you're making a snow globe, the first thing you need to do is get a jar, obviously. And I mean, you can find big, wide jars. And if you can find like a one that's shaped like a globe, obviously all the better, but those are kind of tough to find. And so you might be tempted to use, like if you want to make something super cute, you could use, you know, like a really tiny thing, and that's your snow globe. Obviously take off the label. It says Chutney 2012. You could use something massive, big mason jar. I'm personally using these amazing tiny ones that I found on the street. Yay. I'm going to try and present as much of this as I can through the lens, obviously, of zero waste, because that's what I do. Christmas is always, I'm sure, like many, it's yeah, it's kind of stressful in its own ways. It's wonderful, but you know, wonder what to make and or what to buy and whatever. And you know, I am atrocious at drawing. If anyone's ever seen my drawings, they are not representative. Well, as you can see with the snow globe, they're not in any way representative of how someone actually looks. And so I don't do that. I don't write songs, despite being a musician. I don't write poetry. And I leave all of that to people who are wonderful at it and quite frankly want to, and I don't want to. But for whatever reason, my neighbor, her name's Edna Mae McKenzie, and she's like a group entertainer. Does a lot of children's animation entertainment, and she's a company called Ednamation. So if you're looking for some pretty wild stuff, check her out. Tell her Matt sent you. She'll know. I share a wall with her. Anyways, the point I'm making when it comes to like all of this is that it's a really good way to personalize. It's a really good way to just personalize a gift. I mean, I've made them of. I've made obviously a Santa Claus. Generally, you know, if someone has a pet, it's always a good one. You could do their pet. You could do kind of an inside joke, you know, between you and someone else. You could do whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. Just have fun with it. And so, I guess the next thing after that would be materials. And so this should have been shared in advance, a big list of them. But essentially, you need plasticine. Now, the plasticine that I have, again, thank you, Edna Mae. Obviously, you know, it's in bags, but obviously you buy, I think there's only one kind of plasticine. If there's an eco-friendly version, please put it in the chat. I don't know a lot about that. So yeah, I'm open to any tips. Jars, obviously, any you have around your house. You know, a big thing about zero waste is you're always wanting to prioritize reuse over purchasing something new, because every time that something is made there's a certain carbon footprint associated with that. The materials needed to be sourced, and they need to be manufactured and shipped, sold, and then when it breaks or it gets thrown out and it's end of life and yada yada yada. And so if you can reuse anything, that's really wonderful. And so I was trying to think today, okay, zero waste snow globes, because I'll be honest, the first everyone that I'd made up until I thought how to do this in the zero waste way was just use sparkles and whatnot, and I'd never even considered how terrible sparkles are for the environment. They end up in the water stream and probably in fish that we probably eat. So maybe our insides are sparkling. Yay. Okay. So the thing to keep in mind was I thought, okay, what could I use around my house? I thought maybe you could break rice into little bits. Maybe you could use tiny little pebbles, like that are in your aquariums. I'm sure all of you have aquariums in your house. And I thought maybe chia seeds, but I thought, you probably don't want to do anything organic. It's going to be in water for a while, and get kind of bloated and weird. And then I settled on, I took a lotion, body lotion, a hand lotion bottle, and I just grated it. As you can see, it's grated. And what came out, the other side, was perfect stuff for snow. And so you can kind of see it there. And you could technically make the argument that it's no different than sparkles and that it's tons of little bits of plastic. But as long as whoever you're giving this snow globe to doesn't ever throw it away, then, well, I guess if they're throwing it away, you probably got other things to worry about. But okay, so next thing to talk about. So some people, when it comes to zero waste, or when it comes to snow globes, some people, like the ones that I'd use that made it really slow, that makes the snow take forever to fall, used glycerin. And again, I don't know a lot about glycerin. I'll be honest, I don't even know what it is. So someone can let me know in the chat and educate me and call me in. That'd be wonderful. But apparently they have vegetable glycerin too. So that sounds a bit more eco-friendly, I guess. So I thought, okay, great. I'll buy some, you can use oil. I mean, you want to probably use a clear oil, because yellow, I don't know, you even want a yellow liquid floating around in there. But I guess coconut oil would work. Baby oil might work. I don't have enough coconut oil, and that stuff's expensive. And I don't own baby oil. So I went out and went to Mordor, or Dollarama, sometimes as it's called, because I am doing this webinar and I needed things last minute, and I am ashamed of myself. So what I bought was, as you can see here, clear glue. Now, I don't know about you, that doesn't look clear. I thought it was a yellow bottle, and when I poured it out and tried to mix it with water, it's yellow. And so I thought, what do I do? And so anyways, what I'm getting at is that you're going to just have, I'm going to just put water, but if you have glycerin, put in like a tablespoon or two at the end, and we'll get there. And so I guess the first thing before all of that is, like, if anyone wants to say hi, let me know where you're tuning in from, what you're planning on making, yada, yada, yada. That's I'll be replying afterwards. Obviously kind of hard to make something at the same time and chat with people. So one of our team members will be there helping out in the chat. So okay, so next bit. So you have your plasticine. You're going to need some kind of tools. I personally just use a fine knife, and this I used to use to clean my teeth. You could use a toothpick, whatever. Just kind of sculpting tools. Use whatever you want. That's really up to you. And so what you want to do to start is you want to take your lid. And so I guess to start right off the bat, if you didn't want to muck about with plasticine and it's too much for me or too much for you, and you want to make a really simple, kind of scene, you could just as easily take a plastic tree that you made or bought, or a Lego person, or a G.I. Joe or something, and glue it to the bottom of the lid, because essentially this is your platform. This is where everything is going to be working from, and you're going to make whatever your scene is here. And then you're going to fill this with water or glycerin and sparkles and all that. And then you're just, because this is going to be stuck to the bottom of this, you're just going to tuck. There you go. That's it. So whatever you have, I'm going to adjust this pillow here. Whatever you have, you need it to be able to stick to the bottom. So what I generally do is take a bunch of plasticine. Doesn't really matter. Well, you choose whatever color you want your base to be. And you I'll generally just mix. Let's see. I'm going to use green because what I'm going to be making today, I guess I probably should have gotten to that, was I am going to make a fox. Or more importantly, I am going to attempt to make a fox. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. We're going to find out. So that's what's exciting about this, I hope. And I guess I should say, again, thank you all for coming. It's pretty cool. And I don't know what you're all up to for the holidays. If you have anything exciting, you can tell me. And we can chat, as it were. And yeah, okay. So I'll take a bunch of colors and get ready. This is it's not quite as easy as it seems for your hands. So you want to just mash a bunch of it together. And I hope you're looking for a big, long conversation because that's what we're in for. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going with green because I thought green and foxes are kind of orange. I don't know, green and orange seems like it might work. Okay, so what are some other good colors? Any ideas? Blue, maybe a bit of blue. I have this big block. I'm just going to slice some of it off. Yay. Wow, it is hot in here. I'm regretting wearing a button-up shirt. Yeah, so what I find really, really interesting about all these, I don't want to say zero waste craft. I mean, it's a snow globe, but it's a kind of fun, kind of meditative experience. It gives you some time to kind of just be on your own and really focus intently on something quite petite. And, the fine details really matter. And I don't know, it's really relaxing, I find. And in case it isn't clear to you right now, I generally have quite a bit of energy. So, anything that works that way to get to burn a bit of that off is just lovely. So what I'm doing right now, same thing. I'm mixing a bunch of different colors. If you want to keep it one color, that's fine. What I'm essentially doing is just creating a platform. And so because you have the take this part out, this height, you want your base, whatever this is, to be about the same height, because what can happen is when you put this in here, if you started, I don't know, maybe you put some details on the boots or whatever, you won't be able to see them very well because they're going to be hidden by the side of this. And not to mention that things start to look kind of funky on the, when you're looking through one of these glasses. So I recommend the other major thing, this little brown rim. And again, I'd be using mason jars. Just, you want something that's airtight. So this brown rim here, don't go past that, because what's going to happen is when you go to put this in, that brown part, I think it's rubber or something, that's where this glass sits on. So if you go past that, it's just going to cut the sides off, whatever you made. And I've spent quite a bit of time on something and then sliced half its face off or something. So it's not cool, not worth it. Okay, good. So I have my base and I'm pushing it in and I am on the brown spot. That is not good. Okay. So I'm trying to, again, I'm getting my base here, just mix blue and green, so giant blob here, yada, yada. Okay. And so some people, I mean, I'll be lying. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of tempted to think maybe I should make something in advance, some shapes, and kind of just put them together and show you. But we're here to do an event together. And so I figured if you're going to be making something from scratch, I'm going to be making something from scratch. So we're all down here together. So we're having fun, remember? Okay. So I was also toying with the idea of maybe putting on some Christmas music in the background, but I thought it might be kind of distractive. I'm not sure. So another kind of fun thing that I like to do sometimes is instead of doing the shape while it's in here, sometimes I'll just take it right off and do it on the metal disc. And instead of, you can just go flat up, but sometimes I'll kind of bend the sides in here a bit so they're a little bit in like that. You see that kind of curve there, so it's got a, I don't know, a bit of a pretty platform, if you will. It's whatever you can do, just do whatever makes you feel nice. So there we go. That's a wonderful home for a fox. Sounds like something that Bob Ross would say. Any of you watch Bob Ross growing up? I did. It's interesting seeing his revitalization in the new world. Yeah, he's a pretty special guy. Okay, good. So we have our platform. And again, as you can see, this is stuck to that. Make sure, jam that thing down. Another thing in materials, make sure you have a couple toothpicks or what I use, because I don't own toothpicks. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a zero waste thing. I just don't know many. I took a popsicle stick, and you just take a knife, do a little slice, and you get these little tiny things. And what these things are for holding different parts of the whatever you're making together. So if you're making a snowman, you got the one ball on the bottom. You put a toothpick in. Second ball sticks on that, because the last thing you want is for whoever you give your gift to go, oh, cool, a snowman, shake it, and the whole body falls apart. That's not fun for anyone, certainly not the snowman. And yeah, not cool. Okay, so I need to figure out, I'm going to attempt to make that thing, also known as a fox, I think is a renard, I think is what it's called. So what I'm going to start with here is bottom, or you can start with the head, doesn't really matter, you start with whatever you want. I am going to start with that, and this is where you get to really come back to seeing what you remember from elementary school. Do you remember which colors you mix that give you other colors? So orange is what? Red and yellow. I don't have red, and I only have yellow, so I'm going to come out with some other colored fox. And you know what? That's just going to be how this goes. I have pink. What color do you think pink and yellow would make? Pink and yellow. Some type of like mauve? I'm not sure. Let's find out. So pink. Whoa, there's some other colors mixed in there. Get rid of those. Whoops, that's what happens when you have all these colors mashed together. So yellow, pink, and a bit of green, whatever. Let's find out what color that makes, and let's see if it's anything that moderately resembles a fox. Yeah, so. And while we're here, I'd also like to thank Claudette Torby. She worked really, really hard to put all of these DIY kind of Christmas sustainable events together. So hats off to Claudette. Okay. You know what color pink and yellow makes? Terrible. That's what color it makes. It's I don't even know if that is a color. We may have found something. What is that? It literally just looks like pink and yellow mixed together. I guess I just need to give it a bit more time. The good thing about plasticine is, again, it's really, really tough. It's really tough to kind of, I don't know, to not very malleable, but once you get it going, it's not bad. That is terrible, and that is not a fox. That looks like SpongeBob or some terrible thing like that. Okay, so we are gonna go more towards the brownie. Yeah, we're gonna go that color. Do I have enough of it? That's a good thing to start with. Make sure you have enough of whatever color you plan to go with. Okay, brown, yeah, that seems okay, I think. That's it. I think that'll do it. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back to the brown. So, okay. So a lot of the session really is just, it's probably going to be just watching me do this and mash these colors together and try and get some semblance of one color to come out. And you know what? That's also, I'm hoping maybe someone who is doing this, maybe they have their kids here. Do any of you have your kids here? Any of your kids tagging along? Are they helping build anything? This is, if it's this hard for a 35-year-old like myself, 36 pretty soon. This is not easy for a kid, but you know what it is? It's great exercise. Kid will be tuckered after, get a good sleep too. So yay, parents. Okay, good. So we are going to, oh wow, that's going to be a small fox. So a good thing to kind of generally do is, let's say this is the size you want for your body, assuming that was one color, right? You would put this in here and you'd kind of just stick it on there, right? And you'd test it out. Always check and check and check. The last thing you want to do is make something that's really amazing and you think, wow, I'm incredible. And you go to put the top on and it squishes its head down. That is not fun. It's not cool. Nothing fun about that. So we're looking at this. I think I might need to make that body a bit smaller because you want the ears to perk up a bit, but that's a decent size to start. But so just be aware of that. Don't run into that problem. Don't make the same mistakes I did. That's what I'm doing here. I'm teaching you to avoid the hard snow globe life. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's cut a bit off. Okay, so we are going to use our first toothpick things. Exciting, I know. So that thing looks to just be a bottom. Great, wonderful. That I need to make room for a tail. Maybe I should cut a little bit more off. Okay, so again, this is kind of still what I'm going for. And right now I have this, which is just a ball, and I am aiming to make that bottom of the thing. So I am going to put two little splinter things in here. Okay, two. So I just have them right in here. And then, sorry, you just push that down onto it. And again, push it down. Make sure it works. Don't, hey, this actually worked out perfectly because it's not a perfect circle. It's kind of squished a bit. It kind of looks like a, what is it, a hazelnut, chestnut? Chestnuts open. Yeah, it's a chestnut. I think they eat at Christmas time. Okay, good. So now that we've gotten that, I need two what appear to be black fox arms. And wouldn't you know it, I think I might have one little chunk of black in here. As you can see, this is all the chaos from every other snow globe we put together and survived. All right, so this is terrible. Oh, maybe, is there another one there? There's some little bits of black, but they all seem to be mixed with other colors. Not fun. So sometimes in a case like that, oh, what's this? Blue? Nope, that's blue. So sometimes if I only have a little bit of a color, cut off whatever, assuming that it's mixed with other colors. What I'll do sometimes if I only have a teeny weeny bit of one color is if I have a lot of, let's say, green, and let's say you need to make an arm and you just want it to be like that, or a leg rather, I'll make 3/4 of the width of this green, so like that, and then I'll just put a thin black layer around the outside. You do what you got to do, you know, try and make it work whatever way you can. This, I might be able to stretch this out. No pun intended, although it works. I know I can't hear you all laughing through Zoom. Okay, you know what? There's bits of reds in here, but somehow if you mash it all together, the black just overcomes all the other colors and you end up with black. Hurrah. Okay, good. So, okay, so it looks like that actually looks like those black bits need to be attached to the white thing. And I'm only showing you this. Maybe you're making your own things and this fox means nothing to you, but you got a friend to hang out with for a bit and kind of run you through the steps. But yeah, that little white bit. So I need to make kind of a white, what do you call that? A mane, as it were. It's time to have a block of white. Hurrah. Okay, good. Go over here. And if you're doing this on a tablecloth, maybe put a plate down or something. Oil might kind of leak on it. Or just put something you don't mind getting dirty. You know? So, yeah. So, again, I'm just going to do the same thing as before. Take your color. Ooh, some of these are so easy to mold. You get lucky sometimes, every once in a while. Okay. So, now I need another splint. Okay. That. Just, so you can see I'm taking that splint and I'm just cutting it in half. I could use it, but I don't even know if I have any more popsicle sticks, let alone toothpicks. I mean, I'm made of money after all, you know? Okay, so this, same thing as before. Floop. We're just gonna put that right in there. Okay, and so again, now you're stuck with that. Not stuck, but so again, if you took this out, it would just look like that. You have your base, the metal part. The metal outside, the base, which is this part, and then my fox's body begins there. So I need that to kind of curve down a bit in the front. How am I going to do that? I have no idea. So for now, I'm just going to put that on there like that. Test the height. We're doing good. We're getting there. Okay. I think I'm just going to curve that down. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. And this is the part where it's kind of hard to show you on the camera, but I'll show you after. You just get it whatever shape you need, right? Like this, there's no right or wrong to this. There's just, you just try and just have fun with it. You know what? And sometimes it gets so bad that you just have to start again. So I'll take that out. And here we go. Okay. It's back on there. Yeah. So I hope everyone's feeling all right. It's been a pretty weird year, to say the least. You know, it's I think everyone's dealing with a lot of changes, and who knows what next year is going to be like. But you know, if anyone's here now, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I think people realize more than ever how important it is. Spend time with people. I think COVID's really taught people that. I hope whenever this is said and done, that people kind of remember that. You know, it's an important thing. So, all right, cool. So I have a semblance of a mane coming down, pointy. It looks better in person, I promise you. The shadows really kind of get highlighted. Let's be real here. Okay, next bit. Ooh, this is going to be tough. So, as you can see, with the fox's head, it's half brown on the top, half white on the bottom. How am I going to do that? That's a good question. Look at that. As a matter of fact, the bit that I sliced off for is a perfect half circle. Tad too big, but okay. White on the bottom. Or just kind of needs a white front, maybe, actually, right? Fox is kind of a white on the front and the bottom. So you could have a brown head and just add some white to it. So maybe I'll take what I have. Let's try that. Let's see, just a rough check on the height. We are golden. Look at this. Okay. How am I going to do that? So it's slightly footballish. What's the word for that? Obtuse? Oh, I can't remember. Okay. Oh boy, some of them pointy noses. Oh boy, how am I going to do this? That is tough. And this is where things can really fall apart is, you know, you're just trying to make something, you're just trying to make something that looks pretty recognizable. And, you know, it just comes across looking like some wretched abomination. So we're just going to try it anyhow. Okay. So that would, cat scratching. Okay. That is not working. You know what? I'm going to make that a circle again. I'm going to add some white. So I have the head, and I'm just going to add some white on the front of it. Oh, this is going to turn out. Oh, we might get some meow now. I can hear Pengu starting up. Come and say hi, Pengu. That's a yes. That's her. Right there. Okay. Everything okay? You good? Or are you upset that my attention is elsewhere? Yeah. And you have pets? Are they with you now? Truthfully, I thought my cats would be a little crazier. To be honest, I thought they'd be going pretty wild, but nope, they're just Rose just sitting there right beside me on the ground, and pretty lucky. Okay, so I kind of just attached that. That is going to be like where my beard is here. And as you can see in this thing, it's just got two little black dots for eyes. So I'm going to take, guess what? Two little black dots. And, oh, that's not good. Okay, so that's going to come down like that. So getting my knife, and I'm going to try and cut it in like a V-shaped pattern. So just give me a moment here. And again, if any of you have any questions or tips for others, or maybe you all want to share what you're making with each other, maybe you'd prefer to do it alone and just listen, totally fine too. You do you. Okay. Oh boy. God, that's not pretty. You know, let's cancel this. I'm kidding. So we got like a little V thing. We're going to put a little dot. Yes, Pengu. Now the meow starts. Hello, darling. Wow. Okay. Just working on the eyes now. I think she's going to take a nap. After all that whole nap she just took apparently wasn't enough. Second nap. Okay, so your little nose. And you can see pretty easily how some of these come across not looking at all what you actually expected them to be. No. That's supposed to be a fox. That looks like a badger who ate a bunch of cream cheese or something on his face. How do you make a fox mouth? How do you do that? Any tips? I'm getting tips from Pangu. That's pretty cool. Whiskers? Should I have whiskers? Ooh, not a bad idea. Maybe a tiny, tiny slit for a mouth. Here we go. Hello, lovely. As you can see, a little mouth there. And maybe I'm going to try something. You know what? That's the whole thing with this. It's about trying things, and it might go absolutely terribly, but it's worth trying anyways, and just hopefully don't attach something that you can't undo. I am going to try and put some whiskers on, and we're going to see how that looks. Oh, I think Bango might be coming now. Oh, these whiskers are going to be tough. I mean, the problem with the whiskers is that they're so thin that you shake it and it might just fly right off. It looks like a, oh God, the cat hair is stuck in there. Yes. Here we go. She might hop up behind me now. Let's find out. Let's try this, and if this doesn't work, we're just gonna 86 it, as they say. Hey, there she is, as they say in the restaurant industry. Let's get rid of it. I learned that when I was 15 years old and I was working at Chili's in Edmonton. I worked on a terrible station called Taco Fry. And if any of you have ever ordered an awesome blossom, which is basically a deep fried onion, that's where it had to be done. And yeah, people used to say, we're going to 86 this, we're going to 86 that. I didn't know what it meant. I don't know why they said that. I eventually quit that job by calling, asking to use the phone in my classroom in maybe social studies or something. I think I was in grade 11 maybe, and I called in and quit. Yikes. Okay, so what do you think? I mean, it's a little odd, but you know what? That's tough biscuits. That's how it's going to go. So, all right, now that thing needs ears. That thing, of course, being our focus creature. So let's see, is that the same color? I don't remember. Where did it go? Okay. So ears, what I kind of like to do, assume, I don't know if you're making the same thing as me, probably not, but need big pointy ones. So I'll just take like a little tiny piece like that. Why are my hands shaking so much? And kind of attach it and then just kind of push it to hollow it out on the inside. And so I'll show you what I mean. Wow, this is looking more like a bear than a coyote, or a fox rather. Well, that's the way it goes. They're getting what they get. So, okay. Ooh, this is not as bad as it was a couple minutes ago, I don't think, but I'm obviously terribly biased. So, well, what do you think? That is not the worst head in the world. Those are clearly ears. I mean, that looks like a fake mustache, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's gonna be in a bunch of water with a bunch of sparkles, and you know, truthfully, I mean, I think that people will probably just be so excited about getting it. Don't even know what's what. You know, there's cat hair stuck in this. That's nice. So you want to go for the little details. In my opinion, these are the things that make your projects. So, for example, the little bits of white in the ears. Go for that stuff. I don't know. I think those little things go quite a long way, and you know, just do it if you want. Okay, here we go. There, nice. Look at that. Now that, it looks like something. It could be a fox had it been orange, but you know, it looks like a corgi is what it looks like. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? Tough biscuit. Okay, so now we're going to attach that to the body. More splinters. Make sure you do the splinters. The last thing in the world you want is for this to all just go different directions. You know, your first shake, it's embarrassing, not fun. You know, especially if it's for a kid, this is not a good look. The tricky bit is when you put it on there and you're trying to push it down, you don't want to squish its head, you know, it's, I don't know, just if you can, before you attach it, if you can put them together and then drive something through it, do that, you know, and again, the big test, look at that, it fits right in there. So you can't see, that looks terrible. Anyhow, you get the idea. So now I am going to work on two glorious little arms, as you can see, black arms on the front. So I am going to make exactly that. How long is that? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's terrible. Try that again. Why does it look so nice in that? This looks bad. Oh no, I've lost my image. Maybe I should have attached those at the beginning. I'll get to you all in a second. I'm just trying to attach these arms. Oh man, you know, every once in a while there's one part of a snow globe, everything else goes fine, and then you just go, oh no. This might be it. Well, it looks like it has tentacles, I'll be honest, but I don't care. Don't care. That's good. Beautiful. Loving it. Okay. Now for a big bushy tail, the final part. And again, I'll be sitting around a chat afterwards, so no rush if you're nowhere near done. I've certainly made enough of these things that I've gotten in a good habit of it. So I'll mix those two together maybe. And you know what? If for some reason we get disconnected or you didn't get any of the questions answered, you can go to zero waste at concordia.ca. Well, I can't go to it. It's my email, but you can contact me there, you know, at Zero Waste Concordia with Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. And yeah, you can reach out to me there. If you have any questions, you know, you want to say hi, you want to say thank you for saving Christmas. What a wonderful idea. I know I know, just, I can't take credit for it all, right? So, okay, good. So final bit. So we are going to attach a wonderful, lovely bushy tail. This is not lovely and wonderful, but okay. White tip on the end of the fox's tail. Okay. Cat's hairs. Nice. Thanks, guys. That's wonderful. Mobile advertising. That's what we got here. It's been pretty good if not jumping out though. Fingers staring despondently, sitting in a. And you have cats, and you put a box down, fit in any box, any size, and they sleep in it. No idea how they curl up in it, why they want to. I mean, it's obviously has to provide some semblance of comfort to them. I just cannot figure it out for the life of me. If any of you are cat experts, chime in, let me know. Anyway, so I'm working on this tail, which you can see has this white, fluffy kind of mountain cat bit. I have no idea how to do that. So, experiment. Cat hair. Thanks, guys. Oh, every once in a while you try something and it just works, It just works. So aside from all that, what are your plans for the holidays? What are you all doing? Tell me something exciting. You get to see your family, staying here. I was gonna go back to Alberta to go see my family. I'm from Edmonton, and no, nope, not gonna happen. So I'll be spending here with my partner and hanging with the cats. Pretty sweet. I can't complain about that. Lots of cats. Okay, so I am going to try and connect this tail to this somehow. So I put that kind of the stilt in it sideways, and I'm just going to stick it on the body. And oh no, make sure you don't put the thing out the other side. So when you attach it, just make sure it doesn't come out the side of it. And look at that. And that, my friends, is a fox. There you go. So let's try the final step. Let's put some. There's a trick, and I can't remember exactly what it is for. You don't want the sparkles to stick to the plasticine. I can't remember if you get it wet first. Because the problem is, like, if you fill this up with water and put your sparkles in, the second you dip this in here, all the sparkles are going to get stuck to it. So I don't remember, to be honest. I'm going to figure that out. Just a moment. I have to fill this up with water, and I'll be right back. I'll leave you with the cats and each other. Well, there it is, my friends. Please do it with glycerin so it looks a little bit prettier, but you get to shake it up, and don't put that much plastic. You can't really see it, and it's a little magnified. My suggestion is don't put it right to the top of the glass, because you can see it kind of gets stuck there a little bit. Yeah, put some mineral oil, or just use mineral oil, or honestly just use glycerin. It works a lot better and it stays a lot longer. But that's pretty good, especially for free stuff around your house, except for plasticine, of course, I know that. But there you go. Fox. Merry Christmas. Thank you all. Bros, you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here, baby. He knows something else is up. Come here. You want to come say hi? Who's this? Who's that, bros? It's not that. Ow. Those are claws. Okay, good. So, Merry Christmas, everyone.